for the past few years, including this year, the commissioners have put special questions on the ballot. And putting these questions on the ballot costs the taxpayers. Should the commissioners continue to put ballot questions on the...
Yeah, I agree with Dawn. I do have the vote. Yes, Governor Murphy can be held somewhat responsible for that decision and his health department. However, that is just the tip of the iceberg. The fact of the matter is, there was legislation passed after Andover subacute became news that was called the Nursing Home Safety Act that limited the amount of patients per nurse or certified nursing assistant, something like one nurse to 6 patients during the day, one nurse to 10 patients during the swing shift, one nurse to 14 patients during the night shift. Not one Republican, except one Republican senator, voted for that. It was a Democratic legislature that passed it. Our representatives, Senator Rojo and Senator Worse in Space, voted no. That's what solves problems like infection, the nurse-patient ratio. My wife's a nurse, she can tell you. Nurse staffing is in a crisis. This went a long way in helping aid what happened in Andover subacute. Something was done. Not just crying about the commander and the governor and pointing fingers. I don't apologize for what he did, but thanks.
So to the question of should we keep spending money and on these referendums, no. The money needs to go to the people here. The money needs to stay in the pockets of our constituents, of all the residents here. So the hot button issue we're talking right now is with the LTCs. I think there's an investigation that's still underway. It is a big waste of taxpayer money to have us paying for this when we can first just wait to see what the investigation says. I think that, as Chris said, it is our duty to make sure that we ask questions, but you can do that. You don't have to waste taxpayers' money. You don't have to waste the money of our citizens here in order to go ahead and do that. The process is all underway, and I think that if we use that platform to make sure that we're actually moving things forward and not just making political statements, that's the better way to go.
Thank you. Yes, Dawn, 30 seconds, and anyone else who would like some time.
Okay, so what we have is a governor's appointee who is the Attorney General, who is charged with the investigation of investigating the Attorney General. Let's leave that there. Where do you think that's going to land? That's asinine. All right? And second of all, I will never apologize for demanding accountability from the governor. It's not whining. We have 120 communications documented since before that Easter Sunday through that entire month of us reaching out. And Sheriff Strada's here right now, and he can certainly attest to that as well. There's a big story there, and if you look a little further than your nose, you'll find it, and you'll be outraged as well.
Let's hold this. Yes, and then Michael, over you.
I do believe in referendums. I just can't disagree with you more, Mr. Paul. I know you're a man of marijuana and the cannabis. You spoke about it before. That was a referendum. The people spoke, right? I think you're happy about that because you just pushed that issue in a municipality. This is a way to find out what the people want. When you're making a big decision, we should ask the people. We should ask the people, and this is what we're doing.
So just to piggyback on that, it's a big subject, worth more than 15 seconds, but I just want to say that there's blame to go around for everyone. The deregulation of the nursing homes is the biggest problem for the last 20 years. President H.W. Bush tried to help that with an enactment of the Nursing Home Safety Act, and I think it was Obama that pushed it even further to make the fines larger and the regulations more strict. And then under President Trump, it was relaxed. So something had to be done. It was in the New Jersey legislature before COVID. I used to be an Air Force safety officer. You know, regulations are written in blood, as they used to say. This was written in blood. It was after the fact. But at least it was something.
Thank
Talk
you.
to any nurse about nurse staffing and how it helps.
So, did you want to?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, because first, there's 2 investigations already going on for Andover subacute. There's a state and federal investigation going on. And comparing that to the marijuana referendum, where marijuana wasn't being passed here in the state, like that was the way to get that passed. There are currently investigations happening for the long-term care facilities. So it's one was to get it passed, another is because we're impatient and we don't believe our government, or you guys don't believe that our government is going to do a job. So we're comparing apples to jackfruit there.
Thank you. We want to hear from the clients. Please.